Today on Rappler. The Philippines takes over chairmanship of the Asean. Trade negotiations between the Philippines and the United States continue 3 months after President Marcos visited Washington, D.C. A U.S. Navy helicopter and fighter jet crashed separately in the South China Sea. Rogue members of the Bangsamoro Islamic Armed Forces take control of the town of Tipo-Tipo in Basilan. And Alex Eala climbs to number 51 in the latest WTA rankings ahead of the Hong Kong Open. The Philippines officially takes over chairmanship of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations on Tuesday, October 28 at the end of the 47th ASEAN Summit in Malaysia. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, chair of the bloc for the whole of 2025, ceremonially hands over the role to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center.
To my friend Bongbong, good luck. As you assume this responsibility, I have every confidence that under your steady hand, ASEAN will continue to act with clarity, composure, and that warmth and poise for which the Filipino people are known.
As chair in 2026, the Philippines will host hundreds of meetings and events throughout the year. These will range from working group huddles to the 48th and 49th ASEAN summits, which will gather leaders from the bloc and their partners.
ASEAN is our ship, and 2026 will be the year when we set full sail together towards our shared horizon.
Being ASEAN chair means the Philippines will lead regional discussions for a whole year. Trade negotiations between the Philippines and the United States continue 3 months after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. trekked to Washington, D.C. to meet U.S. President Donald Trump. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of the 47th ASEAN Summit in Malaysia, Palace Press Officer Claire Castro says there are comprehensive issues that must be tackled first as the two nations iron out the fine details of the agreement. These issues include trade rules and regulations, non-tariff measures, and products that the Philippines wants to protect, such as rice, sugar, and chicken.
Ilan po ito sa mga hindi po sa ngayon makakayang i-negotiate ng basta-basta ng Pilipinas. So, nandun pa rin po ang pakikipag-usap para po yung iba mga produkto natin ay hindi naman po maapektuhan.
According to Philippine Ambassador to the U.S. Jose Manuel Romualdez, the conclusion of the talks is not too far away. A U.S. Navy helicopter and fighter jet crashed separately into the South China Sea within the space of an hour during routine operations from the same aircraft carrier. The incidents took place while President Donald Trump was on a visit to Asia. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, Trump says the crashes were highly unusual.
It could be bad fuel. I mean, it's possible it's bad fuel. Very unusual that would happen. They think it might be bad fuel. We're going to find out. Nothing to hide.
In a post on X, the U.S. Pacific Fleet says, quote, both crew members successfully ejected and were also safely recovered by search and rescue assets. All personnel involved are safe and in stable condition. The cause of both incidents is currently under investigation. It did not disclose the exact location of the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz, from which both the helicopter and jet were conducting routine operations. Rogue members of the Bangsamoro Islamic Armed Forces, the armed wing of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, take control of the town of Tipo-Tipo in Basilan. BIAF gunmen encircled the town hall and the streets leading to it, while firing shots in the air to pressure local authorities to release a suspect in the killing of a village official last week. The local government suspended all classes and government work until further notice. By 3:24 p.m., the Armed Forces of the Philippines clarifies the situation in Tipo-Tipo stemmed from a local clan feud and had already been brought under control. The military's Western Mindanao Command continues to coordinate with the police, the Council of Elders, and the MILF leadership to restore normalcy and protect civilians. The AFP urges the public to remain calm and continue supporting the peace process. Alex Eala climbs to number 51 in the latest WTA rankings, going into the Hong Kong Open, where she looks to end her season on a high note. This is a new career high ranking for the 20-year-old as she went up 2 spots from world number 53 a week ago. Eala's rise continues despite a string of early exits, which saw her play just one singles match in each of her last 3 tournaments. She last made it past her opening match in the WTA 126 Suzhou Open, where her run ended at the hands of Switzerland's Viktoria Golubic in the quarterfinals. Eala kicks off her campaign in the Hong Kong Open against Great Britain's Katie Boulter, who is world number 79. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the Rappler app.